Hey guys, today we're in an RX 270.
Yeah, it's a 2012 model, but we're here at the heart of Lexus Maroochydore, and I've got to be honest,
It doesn't look out of place.
no.
They've aged well. I think we should go put it through its paces.
Let's do it.
So, the Lexus RX 270. Lexuses, they sort of fly under the radar in Australia, don't they?
It's quite bizarre because it's, well, there is that whole stigma about it being a glorified Toyota, and I don't think that helps at all. But when you actually get the chance to put your bum in one, they are really nice vehicles.
They are, and if you're a subscriber of the channel, you've probably noticed we are very BMW orientated. However, we were lucky enough, one of our friends actually purchased one of the few LFAs in Australia, Mr. JP. And back in 2012, when he was taking delivery of it, we were hanging around Lexus dealerships a lot, checking out the LFAs and being there for that. And we were lucky enough to get a ride, well actually we got to drive it in an ISF. And we were both blown away at the time. Coming from the V10 M5, those ISFs are a lot of fun. They're a proper sports car.
Yeah, actually, thanks to Michael for that, because that really opened my eyes to the world of Lexus and how well they manufacture their vehicles.
Yes. And when a good friend of ours said, hey, do you want to do RRX? We thought, yes, we would love to.
I would love to, yeah.
Okay, so the RX, let's get back to that. This is a 2012, it's a late 2012, so it has got the update, or it is the update I should say, which, what did you get for the update?
There wasn't an awful lot in the facelift model, but one of the biggest things, what I really like, is the OLED dash cluster.
OLED dash cluster, the
LED running lights as well?
DRL running lights, and a few little cosmetic upgrades. But essentially, it is still on the 139 kilowatt, 4-cylinder Toyota engine. But it is paired with a 6-speed auto. Now, this is just the front-wheel drive model, and I think it was just the hybrid models that had the 4-wheel drive, but please correct us if we're wrong about that. Do you think being front-wheel drive only is going to be a problem for traction getting it off the line?
In this particular vehicle, I do not think there's going to be an issue at all. It is relatively heavy. Well, it's a decent-sized SUV, so it is what you would expect weight-wise. But with the RX 270, I think their main goal, it was the entry-level RX. Like there's the 270, the 350,
and 400.
Yeah. And with the 270 was really focused at being like a fuel-efficient, family-sized vehicle.
Well, these are one of the most popular SUVs in America, aren't they?
Oh, that was
They're luxury SUVs.
Yeah, we literally only just found that fact out. And again, being in Australia, you don't see many on the road, so that was really interesting to hear about their popularity in America.
So, you have now driven this for a good 10 or 15 minutes. What do you reckon it's going to do 0 to 100?
Okay, keeping in mind that, what is it, 138 kilowatts standard?
Yes.
138 kilowatts with a heavy vehicle. It's going to be double digits.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be around 12 seconds. I think we should go and do that, and then we'll have a bit of a closer look in this interior because it is really quite nice. Anyway, let's get into the runs. So, how are you going to do the launch?
Well, obviously going to take it out of eco mode because that's definitely not the quickest way to get off the traffic lights. So, put it into sports.
Traction's off.
Traction is off. I don't think it's going to spin up, so just in case it wants to avoid any dangerous driving or anything, hopefully that disables that, and just put it to the floor.
Cool. Well, we've got a break in traffic. We're actually in a 100 zone. I think after that car's out of sight, you're good to go.
We'll do it.
Wheel spin. Okay, so attempt 2. Turns out that bridges will affect your GPS accuracy. But you're going to basically go with the same launch, traction off.
Yeah, I think that's the way. It chirped for a millisecond off the line.
You ready? Oh, it felt alright.
That was good, actually.
You going? That's 50. Okay, it's not that rough.
It's
80.
It's very smooth. And is that it?
So that's 100. 11.55.
Wow.
Sweet. We'll get another one out. Set? Okay. Yeah, so that's not far off its factory time.
It's not. That's impressive. I'm going to try traction on this time.
Okay, V-Box is ready. Traffic is not.
Ready?
But it will be after the lovely focus. Oh, traction. Oh, it pulled power hard then.
It did, yeah.
But we're at 60, 70, 80, 100. 10.8, went quicker. Wow, 10.8. I think we're going to call it at that. That's not too bad. We'll get the camera switched around and let's summarise shortly, guys. So, 10.86.
It is not every day. What? Never has a car actually gone quicker, except for the M2.
Well, that was tuned. Oh, and the Saab sort of matched it, but that's... Did some Googling like we did with all the cars, and we couldn't find any 0 to 100 kilometre official times that were under 11 seconds. So it's weird that it's beaten its factory claim time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe Lexus is just extremely humble.
Yeah, something we didn't touch on at the start of this video, this car has done 211,000 kilometres, so that's like 110, 120,000 miles. It's had some use.
I tell you what, for that sort of kilometres in this age, you wouldn't pick it, would you?
No, definitely not.
Not from the outside or behind the steering wheel.
No, something I've always been a fan of since we were hanging around the Lexus back in 2012, the paintwork on these, the quality of the paint is really, really impressive. It's a very nice, deep... They all look beautiful. Yeah. And even this, I was like, God, I wanted to polish it, which means I like the look of the paint.
But that quality in the paintwork that you're talking about does flow into the interior.
100%. Isn't it such a nice car to be in?
It is. The leather on the steering wheel is incredibly nice just to drive with and to daily as a commuter vehicle. It's just a very comfortable, relaxing place to be.
The seats are super, super soft, which you don't get in the European equivalent of these things. They also have nice, firm seats.
Yeah, I don't know if they try and be sporty or something, but this isn't going for that. It almost feels... It reminds me of like the American cars, like the big Escalade. When you jump in, it's just very American-like.
The Japanese car feels American-like. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'll let it have it. So, things to keep in mind if you're looking at buying one of these cars. They're actually very, very fuel efficient for the size of the vehicle, which is pretty impressive. The maintenance seems to be quite good. The owner of this vehicle has owned it from new. He's had no actual issues with it. Like, he hasn't had to replace the transmission, he's not had to do the engine. I don't even think he's done a water pump, but he's done general maintenance. I think he did say he's done the timing belt, so maybe did a water pump then, but it wasn't like a water pump failed, it was just general maintenance on the vehicle, which is pretty good.
It's a bit of a testament to Lexus, and again, it's when we were lucky enough to have a close look at the LFA, I remember hearing that they had that sort of mentality when they were creating that. So even though it's a supercar, it's still it's a Lexus supercar, so you can still drive it.
Yes, you don't have to treat it with cotton gloves. You can use it, abuse it, and it won't break the bank.
I think when that's applied to a daily driver like this, it just works out to be a very, very good car.
Is there any sort of... I've got to complain about the media control.
So you don't like that?
No, I don't like it. You like it? You're not. Maybe you're a bit younger than me, but unlike the BMW iDrive or even the Mercedes, which has a very similar twist knob system, this uses a mouse type function to control everything. And I'm sure over time you'll get used to it, but for me, when I was sitting in the driver's seat before trying to use it with my left hand, being right-handed, I actually found it quite difficult to pinpoint what I was trying to do.
I'll give you that actually, because it's got that sort of notchy feeling to it as well.
Yeah, well, sometimes it feels notchy when you don't want it to be, and then when you need to be precise, you go too far. Maybe I'm just getting old, who knows? Alright, that's probably going to bring this video to an end. We do know the guy that owns this quite well, so if you've got any questions about it, or if you want to see some more videos of it, let us know in the comments below.
I'm actually interested to know, has this just been a one-off for Lexus? If you've got an RX, have you had a similar experience, or has yours been problem-ridden? Let us know in the comments.
Alright, we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching.
Peace.
Yeah, before we get into the main video, I do want to take a few moments to appreciate how well Lexus have designed this car. It is 8 years old.
It's not very often that a car nearly a decade old can look so not out of place next to the brand new model.
And we actually have the new RX over here. And yes, they have updated the panels and the styling, but really the headlights are the biggest difference. Let's get into this one and have some fun, eh?